Here is a comprehensive standard operating procedure narrating and detailing introductions to how to fill or use the MS Excel feedback template. A quick guide for frontline ComCare users to improve electronic data consistency. This guide serves the TBRW11 project, helping field ComCare users, typically community health workers and screening officers, to improve the consistency of their electronic health data. Its primary goal is to bridge the gap and ensure alignment between digital records captured in ComCare and the official paper-based NTBLCP/TBRW11 hard copy registers and health records. To track understanding of this content, all general health care workers, community health workers, and screening officers are expected to complete a Google form after watching this series of capacity-building video. The core problem, a key challenge identified, is ensuring data consistency between the mobile ComCare digital records and the physical NTBLCP/TBRW11 registers. Discrepancies between the two hinder effective reporting, program monitoring, and overall management. This inconsistency not only impacts the TB program and Red Aid Nigeria but also reflects poorly on community health workers and screening officers. The solution, the Excel feedback template. To address this, an MS Excel feedback template has been developed by Red Aid Programs Department. This template is individualized and empowers each ComCare user to 1. Verify data visibility. See which of their submitted data is currently available on the ComCare cloud backend. 2. Check entry status. Review the status of their ComCare entries as visible to the project team in Enugu. For example, as recorded in the TBLS/TB treatment register, my TB patient is currently on treatment, Mr. Okeke Johnson. Have Mr. Johnson's entries also been correctly captured as diagnosed with TB? And have Mr. Johnson seen as commenced on treatment in the ComCare cloud backend? 3. Identify missing data. Pinpoint which of their hard copy entries are not reflecting on the cloud backend, i.e., data supposedly submitted via the app but not visible centrally. Thus, the MS Excel feedback template confirms HQ visibility, helping community health workers and screening officers understand which entries are successfully visible to headquarters, HQ. In simple terms, what exactly is this MS Excel feedback template that the M&E officer in HQ Enugu is sharing with me? This MS Excel feedback template is a full list of all your individual ComCare entries, right from advocacy to screening, to cases, down to entries in cases management, that are currently found on the ComCare cloud backend on your behalf. Red Aid have shared it with you so that you can see how your work is showing up to the HQ team on this project. And it will continue to be shared with you from HQ. In short, the MS Excel feedback template is the same thing as the ComCare backend. So, as at the time of review, the MS Excel feedback template is individualized just for you, revealing to you all your contributions since the day you were engaged in this project. The MS Excel feedback template will help you to know if you are currently being underrepresented or improperly represented in this project, towards ensuring that all your contribution counts, also towards eventually helping to improve project data quality contributed by you. At the July 2025 orientation for frontline workers held at Dannik Hotel, a review of responses from a prior Google form revealed that many community health workers and screening officers had low proficiency in Microsoft Excel. This skill gap poses a challenge to effective data consistency checks. The findings confirm the need for a simple, structured step-by-step Excel orientation, delivered remotely in addition to the training received in Dannik, which this presentation now offers. Guide structure and content. This presentation explains the purpose and structure of the MS Excel feedback template and guides ComCare users through the entire process of how to use the MS Excel feedback template. When properly used, community health workers and screening officers can see how much of their previous ComCare inputs and hard work have reached HQ. It also enables them to objectively provide comments and constructive feedback on how their entries can be improved. The operational guidance provided here includes downloading the MS Excel feedback template, instructs users on how to obtain the template from WhatsApp using or filling the MS Excel feedback template. Tab-by-tab walkthrough explains how to correctly use and interpret the template. Submission of your MS Excel feedback template details how to send the completed template back to the project team via WhatsApp or email. Downloading the MS Excel feedback template. When you receive the MS Excel file in the WhatsApp chat from your M&E officer, it will appear like this. The file will be named in the format TBRW11 followed by your code ray, CHW or SO, then 2 letters representing your LGA, your name, and finally the date the file was created, year, month, day. The date is important because it indicates the review period covered by the file. Any entries beyond that date will not be included in the MS Excel feedback template. To open the file, simply tap on it. Tab-by-tab walkthrough. Now let's dive into detailed descriptions of each of the MS Excel tabs or sheets in our MS Excel feedback template. On a side note, in MS Excel, tabs are also known as sheets. For our MS Excel feedback template, the tabs or sheets include Descriptions tab briefly explains what each other sheet or tab is for, and instantly reveals any differences automatically calculated between the counted number of entries in the hard copy records and populated number of entries submitted in the ComCare cloud. Advocacy tab tracks community advocacy activities. Screening form tab records initial patient screening data. Screened cases tab lists details of individuals screened. Confirmed cases tab lists details of individuals with confirmed diagnosis. Evaluation form tab tracks patient evaluation data. Disease management tab tracks ongoing disease management status. Other sheets in the MS Excel feedback template include Duplicates_bank helps identify and track records considered by HQ as discarded duplicates. Advo_duplica_bank tracks records considered by HQ as discarded duplicates specifically within advocacy sheet or tab. Sample collect form tracks details of samples collected. On a side note, this is a cell. This is a column. A column is vertical, goes from top to bottom. This is a row is horizontal, goes from left to right. These are the MS Excel tabs. You can switch to another tab by tapping here. If you don't see all the tabs, swipe over the tabs to reveal more. You can scroll across them to view hidden ones. So, an MS Excel file can have more than one tab, just like in our MS Excel feedback template. To edit a cell, tap the cell, then tap the formula bar to input your desired figure. Here is a walkthrough of the Descriptions tab of our MS Excel feedback template. The Descriptions tab gives you a quick summary of what each sheet in the Excel feedback template is used for. More importantly, it helps you check if the number of entries you recorded on paper matches what is seen in the CommCare cloud. This is done through a small self-check. You'll see a column in this sheet titled, Put your answer in the cell below. That is where you will enter the number of entries you counted manually from your paper records. The Descriptions sheet provides a brief overview of the purpose of each individual tab or sheet within the MS Excel feedback template. It also offers users quick feedback by highlighting any discrepancies between the number of entries recorded in the hard copy registers versus those submitted in the CommCare cloud. It does so when you input numbers in the cell under the header titled, Put your answer in the cell below. At the top of the description sheet of the MS Excel feedback template, the name of the CommCare user is boldly written in header column C. Cells in column B contain the names of the respective sheets. Cells in column C contain the instructions for each sheet. Cells in column E are where you should input your answers. So, you are expected to first count the number of valid entries in your corresponding hard copy document, then input that number you counted into the corresponding line of the cell under the header titled, Put your answer in the cell below, that is a cell in column F of the Descriptions tab of our MS Excel feedback template, on your phone or computer, if you decide to use the computer. Example to guide you. Let's say you want to check your advocacy entries. You open your advocacy exercise book, where you record all your field activities, such as community outreach and active case-finding visits. After counting, you find that you have done 14 advocacy outings since you started work on this project. Now go to the Advocacy row 2 in the Descriptions tab and type 14 in the column under. Put your answer in the cell below, i.e., column F. Once you enter your number, the cell next to it will automatically change color and update the message from. Please answer the question in the light-colored adjacent cell left of here to a new response based on the result. Here's what the color changes mean. Green. This is a positive sign. Your entries in the hard copy register closely match those in the ComCare cloud backend. Data consistency for Advocacy/ACF is good. Yellow. This suggests you have more entries in the corresponding hard copy register than what is available in the ComCare cloud backend. Red. This warns that more entries exist in the ComCare cloud backend than you've written in your hard copy register. This is a serious issue that must be addressed. The message in the cell will also display the exact difference, automatically calculated, along with guidance on what to do next. The Descriptions tab of our MS Excel feedback template requires careful attention and some endurance in order to review and observe how accurately your data is received, so that you can see the size of the gap, if any, between what is in the hard copy and what is in the corresponding sheet of the ComCare backend. This simple activity helps you and the project team see if what you recorded on paper is also properly showing in ComCare. It is an important step in improving data quality. Logistics and reminders. Our next video will provide a step-by-step on how to use the other sheets.